sung by Mr. Sergei Ivanov, a member of the world-renowned Soviet Red Army Chorus and Dance Ensemble. He's in Vancouver to promote a gala opening night of the Pacific International Festival of Male Choirs. And there's the applause.
And Mr. Ivanov has come out in his uniform.
Glasnost?
Glasnost is here for real.
For sure, in Vancouver with 2 Russian players.
As long as he doesn't sing the Soviet national anthem as well.
And he'll sing the U.S. and Canadian national anthems. Right now, the introduction here, and the crowds have perked up.
They're going to have a sweater exchange. This is a Soviet tradition. When I was in junior, I played against the Soviets, and they loved to exchange pins at the blue line prior to all contests.
That was Stan Smeal, who is the captain of the team, and he plays on a line with the 2 Russians.
There's Larionov on the bench now. That's Jack McIlargy, whose back is turned to us, and behind him, hidden by Jack, is Krutov, Vladimir Krutov.
And the report is that the 2 Russians are playing well offensively, but not defensively. Well, to the goals.
Right, what they're doing is they're handling the puck well. They're getting a lot of ice time, so they have to accomplish something offensively, but their defensive play is suspect.
Sergei Ivanov.
Mr. Sergei Ivanov. American national anthem with a little bit of an accent. Kerry Fraser, who was soundly booed about coming out to check the nets earlier, but he's really a very nice man. Shane Heyer and Brad Lazarowicz are going to be his linesmen. Reggie Lemon in goal for the Boston Bruins. Stand-up style, student of the game, his knowledge and experience. You'll have to draw on it all today. Mr. McLean, Kirk McLean. Last-minute change, it was Steve Weeks. Steve might have got injured in warm-up, or maybe the Canucks might not have liked the way he handled the puck in the warm-up. Sometimes they change. Anyway, late game, Fred, and we're on.
I say Ivanov, and you say...
Ivanov. Ivanov. I like Ivanov.
You say tomato.
I say tomato.
Craig Janney getting set at center. And a change from Mike Milbury. He has Bobby Carpenter, who has just played on the power play with Janney and Neely at left wing. But the Bruins really need a scorer at that left wing position, no question about it. As Melnick clears it all the way down to Lundland, back foot Jim Weimer gets away from Sadline, left winger, and clears it out for Ray Bourque. Bourque on the attack. The flip in, wide of McLean. He knocks it down for Nordmark, the defenseman. On the right winger, Sadline, checked by Weimer, kept in by Neely. Trying to pop it back to Bourque. Bourque, a screen shot wide, just missed the net. Neely quickly in front, jammed in front by Carpenter. Carpenter puts it in front. Bourque moves in, fires, and it stayed wide. The net was wide open. Had that deflected off Carpenter. Kept in by Janney. The Bruins attacking quickly. Janney works it back in front. Is checked on the play. Nordmark able to grab it, hit it, and get a face-off to the right of Kirk McLean. This broadcast authorized by the Boston Bruins Hockey Club. Solely for the entertainment of our viewing audience. Any broadcast, rebroadcast, other use of the accounts and descriptions of this game. The Express, written consent of the Boston Bruins at TV38 is prohibited.
Wow, and that was memorized by my partner. Keys for the day. Defend against a slow start. You don't want to come out here kind of legless and hope Vancouver's going to be quiet. The Bruins going to have to come out hustling. Ray Bourque, Janney, and that Carpenter line were indicative of that. Second, penalty killing. You must be very effective at that. You do not need to give up those power play goals. You got to shore that up. 16th in the league. And really today, let's watch and see, make sure the Bruins centermen control the play. That means winning faceoffs, particularly, and also you got to have them protecting the line. So let's see how those three things go today for keys to this hockey game.
And for Boston, Bob Gould on the faceoff gets the draw to Peterson. The Bruins attacking early, and his shot missed on the short side. Rebound to Skriko, the left winger, 6th season. Out of Finland, away to Barry Peterson, the center on the line, with Rich Sutter. The clear in, back with Peterson ahead. Peterson able to fire one, and it deflects wide, and all the way to the Vancouver end. Of course, we have two Petersons out there. Barry for Vancouver at center, Alan Peterson on defense for Boston. Lidster to Snaps, the 35-year-old veteran, into center ice for Barry Peterson. A long shot wide behind the net. It is Sutter there to get it quickly with fast skating to Skriko. Now to Sutter again, checked by Alan Peterson of Boston. Around the boards, fought for. Jam up on the boards. Hogwood trying to pin it. Gould checking Barry Peterson, but the puck is jammed in the corner. Finally goes loose to Bobby Gould. Gould trying to come out, bounces it up, center in the middle, and it's out to center ice. And here comes Hogwood. He may break away. He's out skating Snaps. He is tripped. Just as he was trying to set it up, Peterson getting back with a great defensive play. There is no call for tripping. And that might have been one with a penalty shot included.
Might have. That was blatant. Kerry Frazier, he's having a slow start.
Snaps a long pass center ice. It is intercepted by Quintal. Quintal fires and it goes wide. And around the boards, fought for. It is taken by Snaps. Snaps losing. Bruins really hustling in contrast to their start against Edmonton and carrying the play to the Vancouver Canucks. Burridge, though, is wrapped up at the defensive line. Lariano moves it up now into center ice to Skriko, who's still out there. Lariano found and Stan Smeal. Back foot for Boston. Wesley. Quintal sending it to Semeta. Semeta now to Wesley. Wesley rushes over the line. Wesley into the corner. A pass in front. Knocked away by Krutov, the Russian. Two Russians out there with Stan Smeal. That's the setup now as Burridge has it in the corner with Semeta and Bob Sweeney. That's the line. Sweeney is the center. In deep. Trying to move the puck. Gets it back to Quintal. A shot. A save by Kirk McLean. And the rebound back for the Vancouver Canucks. Larianov broken up at the line by Glenn Wesley, and it's cleared away. No score in the game. 16:47 left in the first period. At the Boston zone, Ray Bourque fires it off the boards. but it is knocked around at center ice and the play called offside. The score, the Bruins, nothing. The Canucks, nothing. We'll be back in a moment.
Right here, Greg Hogwood breaks away, right? Harold Snep's reaching out. Nobody touched the puck. Wiped out, and twice we've seen that called against Bruins and nothing. You know, they got penalties, and they hit the puck. Now, this time they missed the puck. He was saying he intended to hit the puck. But you must make contact with it for not to be a penalty.
And now the big center iceman, Trevor Linden, is out there, finishing second in the Calder Trophy to Brian Leach, but he had an outstanding season. He's just 19 now. Bruins able to work at the center ice, and Melnick is de-helmeted on a check there by John Carter. Back for it. Ray Bourque up the boards for Carter, takes it off the boards, plays it up on the left wing side. Marquardt hustling down, checked by Adams. Melnick without the helmet behind the net, off to Adams at left wing. He's trying to break it out with Tanti, but Marquardt good back checking, and Carter good forechecking now on Melnick. And they keep it over the line, hustling in. Tikalainen is the center on the line. Carter in deep, hit by Melnick. Tikalainen going in for it. Trevor Linden, a battle to the right of Kirk McLean. Still a battle. 3 Bruins there. And finally, Neely on, digs it out, gives it to Weimer, who breaks up and fires it behind the net. Carter puts it in front. Tikalainen couldn't get a handle to it. And away on the right side now comes Trevor Linden. Big stride, 6'4", 205-pounder, and he is handled nicely by Ray Bourque on defense. Jarmo Tikalainen finds 4 Canucks there, fires it up the middle. McLean makes the stop on it, and it's right back. Nearing the 5-minute mark, first period, no score. Sandlak trying to move it out with Harold Snep's. Snep's plays without a helmet. The back checking of the Bruins stopped him. Janney couldn't set up the play at the Vancouver line. Forechecking is Neely. Now Doug Lidster. Good pass away to Bradley. Bradley over the line. A shift. Moves right in and scores! Bradley down the right wing side. A backhander makes it 1-0 Vancouver.
A tremendous individual effort by Bradley. Nice goal. He catches this puck in full stride. Right there, there's confusion. Peterson played the puck. Bradley went back outside. Hogwood was covering his man, Stanley, and so therefore it gives Bradley the right to go. Greg Hogwood's got to leave Stanley and go for the puck.
Well, that's the first shot on net by Vancouver. And that's the way it goes for Boston. Just about 5 minutes played. They carried the play. They had 3 shots. Vancouver's Brian Bradley, a 4th liner in the setup here of Bob McCammon. McCammon moves right in and scores. It is 1-0 Vancouver. We'll be back in a moment. And Brian Bradley with that goal. He's a defensive forward, and that's a bonus for the Vancouver Canucks. Back comes Cam Neely for Bob Carpenter. His shot is wide, deflected wide. Fought for him deep. Neely gets away from Reinhart, puts it in front, a shot by Janney, scores! Janney set up by Neely, gets it right back, and the Bruins have tied it at 1.
There's what we got to get. This could be an offensive afternoon. Both clubs seemingly giving up a little on defense. Janney right in front, hits the stick of the goaltender. Now he's all alone. His man left him right through the legs. Kirk McLean, that is where he is suspect.
And the goal by Craig Janney, number 4 for him, moving in nicely. But that was a great play by Neely, getting away from Reinhart. Reinhart tried to check him behind that net, and he broke away from him to set it up. And it
Bob
is
Carpenter, when Neely made the play to him, the shot, Neely never quit. That's what the Bruins got to have. Go to the net. Cam Neely never quit on the shot. He kept on going. It ended up behind the net. Hard work. Dumped it in front. Now, he never really saw Janney. It hit the goaltender's stick and went directly to him. The Vancouver Canucks anticipated getting the puck. They switched. They shook off Janney and turned to get the puck. Never came, and Janney was left all alone. Big, big comeback goal.
Bob Carpenter also assisting on that. So he is installed at left wing on the line. That's what Mike Milbury wanted originally, but with the injury to Ken Linsman, had to move Carpenter to center. Back comes Carpenter over the line now, going for a shot. Right pad save. McLean hangs on with Carpenter right there. And a face-off to the right of McLean. 1-1 the score. as Janney from Neely and Carpenter ties it up after the rush out by Brian Bradley. Kirk McLean.
You see Cam Neely behind the net here, never quits on the puck. And at that point,
Reinhart.
you've got Reinhart, who is an offensive defenseman. He's leading the team and leading all defensemen in that department. Never picked up Neely, who was very, very strong on the puck.
1-1 the score in the draw for McLean behind the net, and he is hit immediately. The Bruins are skating well as Sameta moves in on him. Can't control it. It's out to center ice, taken over by Wesley to Kental. Back up the middle for Sweeney over to Burridge. Burridge trying to work in traffic, can't. And it is kept in by Sameta. His pass, though, intercepted here. And Krutov, the Russian, breaks left wing side. Slap shot, save, Lemlin. Hey, they were adopting, they're adopting the Canadian style now. None of that stick handling in and making big plays. Boom it. And here comes Sameta back, and he is stopped on the other side. Trying to move in on Melnick, and he's checked in the play. Burridge. Bruins throwing their weight around. Sweeney goes in aggressively, gets it to Burridge. Burridge trying to make a play in front for Sameta. Can't do it. Melnick works it out for Smeal. Here's the checker on the line with Larionov and Krutov, the Russians, who are out there now. But Bruins carry the play to the Vancouver end of the ice. 13:15 left in the first period. 1-1 the score. Nordmark moving it out now with Melnick. Very slow developing. And the Bruins are setting the pace. Their shots 4-2 against Vancouver. Back on the left side, Weimer. Long shot. It's blocked. Kept in by Gould. Knocked away. And out in the center ice comes Tati. Right winger. Speedster. And he loses to Ray Bourque. Bourque right back for the Bruins. Gould over the line. Duras. Shot right on. A save, McLean. Good hard slap shot by Duras, the right winger. Kept in by Joyce. Joyce looking for an open man. Tries the shot. Save McLean as the Bruins storm the Vancouver end. Duras checks, breaking up the play for Gould. Gould is pinned. Snaps, takes over. And a cheer by the fans as he works it out in the center ice to Greg Adams. Adams clears in. Back foot first, Alan Peterson. Checked behind the net by Linden, but gets it away to Ray Bourque. Bourque barrels up. Over the line with Duras. A wrist shot, blocked. Bourque fights for it in deep with Butcher. Can't control it. Bourque is knocked down on the play. And Adams breaks it out with Sandlak. Check at the Boston line. And back is Ray Bourque, who got up and cleared it away on the boards. 11:50 left in the first period. It is 1-1. Bruins and Canucks. Bourque breaks it up at the Boston line. Clears it back. Jarmo Kekäläinen with his good play against Edmonton, winning a role as a center here on the line, along with Marquardt and Carter. Puck fed in. Lemlin handles it. Up the boards. It is blocked. Kept in. Going for it, Kental. Bradley, who has scored. Checked by Carter. Carter works it up. Breaking Marquardt with the speed. Coming on Reinhart. Fires and a save McLean. He got that shot right on net. McLean hangs on. And a face-off call in the Vancouver zone. 7-2 shots for Boston. And we're tied at 1 at the Pacific Coliseum.
He's out there all alone, winds up with a big slap shot. Reggie Lemelin said, well, not impressed.
On the face-off, Kekäläinen fights for it, but it's taken over by Nordmark. Around for Squeako. Out for Rich Sutter. He fires it in. At first back is Wesley. Forechecking, Barry Peterson. Wesley plays the boards and knocks it out, but Melnick takes over. Right back for Rich Sutter. Played in the Boston zone. Wesley back. Barry Peterson after him. Oh, it deflected away to Lemlin. Bounces for Melnick. Melnick misses with a good opportunity from 40 feet out. On a weird deflection off the backboards. That puck came out to Melnick.
Wesley tried to clear it, went behind the net, hit the net, come right out front.
Neely works it over the Vancouver line, is checked in the play. The puck goes into the stands and a face-off call. 10:33 left in period number 1, and we're tied at 1. Craig Janney getting his 4th goal from Neely and Carpenter after Brian Bradley. A brilliant rush made it 1-0 Vancouver.
Craig Janney didn't do anything, you know, He just got the puck on the net. Now, when you do that, it comes out to him like that, bang, bang, and get it on the net. You're going to get a moving goaltender. He can't pick up the shot. You take that time. There's Krutov.
Vladimir Krutov from the Red Army.
And Larionov.
Larionov, and they are both 29 years of age. Played for the Red Army team. How will they adapt to, well, the Western style of play? The Western style overall. Here comes Sneps rushing to Smeal. Sneps rushing in. There he is, in deep. And throws a little check on Ray Bork. But the Bruins work the puck out. Harold Sneps getting really involved. 35 years of age. Look, word was he was going to retire after last season. Bruins trying to work it out. Cam Neely does. Ahead to Carpenter. Carpenter over the line, but the play is offside. And with the score, Bruins 1, Canucks 1. We'll be back in a moment. And the shot stands 7-2 for Boston, indicating the tenor of the play.
Yeah, the tenor, and also the tenor of the play is it's calmed down in the fighting department as well. It's only 1 5-minute major in both teams to the start of the season.
And around the boards, it goes to Adams. Adams works it out the center ice, but the aggressive forechecking of the Bruins starts the play back again. Now Burridge going on Reinhart. Reinhart trying to poke it away. The Bruins kick it in, and it goes to Burridge. That was off Semeta. Semeta hit by Butcher, but the Bruins fight in deep. And Sweeney forechecking on the play. It's knocked out the center ice, and they let it ride to Adams. Poggard could have made a move. A high shot by Tony, blocked in front. Quick shot, turnaround, save. Oh, a big opportunity there for Trevor Linden right in front after the high shot, but Poggard didn't play the original one at center ice very well. The puck was there for him to take. He backed up.
He backed up, and in doing that, you're just allowing the puck carrier a lot of room. Now he gets it off the little dump pass, goes high on Ridge, goes straight up in the air. He loses it. Now let's get down and cover it up. It is still going to bounce towards his crease. The slash right there by Semeta interfered with it enough for Reggie to get it inside of the net.
That was Trevor Linden, 30 goals last year. 19 years of age in his second year, and a real team leader from all reports. And he had the scoring bid after the high shot by Tony was knocked down. And now Bradley is out. He has Grieco on one wing and Sutter on the other, as McCammon is changing his lines. And Doris breaks it out for Boston. Wait, Kental shot saved by McLean. Bruins driving that puck on net. Tight in shot by Gould, blocked. Loose in front. Joyce trying to get it. It's knocked away and goes behind the net for Nordmark. 9:03 left, first period, 1-1 the score. And Brian Bradley out. He's at center. Drops it in, through, stopped by here. And a shot by Bradley hit the post. Had the open net, and Westley takes it. Lemlin took a gamble, was out of position. Bradley had the puck, hit the post. Bruins clear it.
I think he catches it high up in the mesh. Lemlin's hurt. We're going to be hard pressed. So is Andy Moog.
Andy Moog had his bell rung in the game against Edmonton, replaced by Lemlin. Looks like the right arm of Lemlin. Look at this.
There he gets hit. When he took the chance to get rid of it, right there, hits the mesh. Top right of the post. But Reggie gets clobbered here.
That's by Sutter. And look how close Bradley came with Lemlin clobbered by Rich Sutter. And maneuvering that right arm. He'll be 35 years of age next month. In great condition. Plays a lot of golf, of course, in the off-season.
Great golfer.
Reggie, it was the right arm that bothered him. Shaken up, but he's okay.
He understands the situation. You've got Andy Moog somewhat under the weather. It has to be a serious injury for Reggie to want to come out. You got to pull a muscle. He's warmed up. I don't think that would really bother him till tomorrow when it freezes up.
What was rare was Lemlin leaving the net that much, that far.
He's left the net twice tonight, and that just, those situations seem to happen. He got out there, he cleared it into a bunch of bodies. That's the problem. Right there's the snapshot. That might have been saved by Kental.
That was Bradley with that shot. That would have been his second goal of the afternoon. Here at the Pacific Coliseum in Vancouver, 1-1 the score. Smart play, and the Bruins break it out to Carpenter. Drop pass for Neely. Neely lets it go. It's blocked immediately. What for? Now played back to Bork. Hard shot blocked. Loose in front. Knocked away to Smeal. Smeal to Kudo. And it's back intercepted by the back checking of Janney. Now it's kept in by Smeal. He's spilled by Weimer. The first penalty of the game. Krutov fights for it, trying to move it in front. But Weimer is going out for tripping. A power play, Vancouver. The score tied at 1. We'll be back in a moment.
I want my patients to have the best.
Are you feeling sharp pains, or is it just...
So I chose to practice with Harvard Community Health Plan.
Did the CBC
I can consult with top specialists.
EKG was fine. Looks normal.
And I get to work with some of the best hospitals. My patients get more than a family doctor.
Take care of it. Great. Thanks.
They get a family of doctors. Smart choice.
Here's Kerry Frazier's first penalty of the game. Puck bounces away from Weimer. Looks like a normal collision of two guys going for the puck. There's a couple other he could have called before that one.
It is 1-1. Jim Weimer, who's played great defense for Boston since being called up from the main narrative. Puck walked for after the faceoff, rolls in on Lemlin. Lemlin pounces on it and gets another faceoff. 8:03 left in the first period. 1-1 the score. Boston 9 shots, Vancouver 4. And they've kept McLean busy at the other end. Lemlin not that busy. And on the power play, they have Adams out there, Greg Adams. The only player I ever heard of. Went to the University of Northern Arizona and played hockey there. Never heard of anybody else. Bruins work it free on the faceoff, and they break 3-on-2. Here comes Bork. Short-handed. In front. The shot hit Sweeney and went wide. Right back now comes Trevor Linden. Coming up on Ray Bork. Bork stopped him, and Burridge cleared it. Bork just stopped him cold.
Just so good at what he does. Ray Bork does not play the puck. Takes the body first. You're not going anywhere with the puck if you don't have the body with it.
Nordmark and Reinhart. Reinhart top scorer among defensemen. Pass by Reinhart, and the Bruins are right on it. Carter. Bruins playing very aggressive. Good forechecking. He set up some shots. And back comes Linden on the power play. And a poke check by Peterson stopped him. Puck is knocked back in for Hoggood. Hoggood trying to clear it. Struck Adams. They battle for it. It's dug free. Carter trying to wrap it out. Does by Nordmark as Hoggood got it to him. 7:07 left. Period number 1. 1-1 the score. On the power play, 54 seconds. Reinhart moving. He's a threat offensively. And the drop pass here by Larionov is outside the line.
Larionov looked for Krutov there. Krutov curled early.
Larionov now to Sandlak. He's over the line. He's in deep. Big, rangy right winger. Broken up by Alan Peterson. Controlled by Sweeney. Plays the boards and clears it out. Superb checking defensively by Boston. Penalty killing. 1-1 the score. And the Canucks wind up again. 20 seconds on the power play. Larionov to Krutov. He's at the right wing side. The drop pass, though, is broken up by Craig Janney as they read the Russians well.
Russians are infamous, or famous, however you look at it, for that dump blind backhand pass, which all throughout hockey they would really want to stay away from that. It works, I think it works well. Cornway was the best I ever saw it.
Bruins are at full strength now. They killed off the penalty. There were no shots on Lemlin. 6 minutes left in the first period. And Carpenter fighting to keep it in on the boards. Digs it in deeper. Butcher just fires it out. Back to cover, Ray Bork. Bruins outplaying the Canucks, but it is 1-1. Here comes Carpenter over the line with Janney. Going deep on Butcher, circling the net. Puts it right in front. And a poke by Neely, but it went wide. Great rush by Carpenter. Here's Janney trying to set up Carpenter in front. Check. Janney behind the net. Checked by Peterson. Peterson takes over. Can't clear it out of the zone. And back for it is Sutter. Sutter loses to Janney. To Neely. In front to Carpenter. A shot right on the rebound. Out in front for Peterson. Peterson rushes with Sutter. Barry Peterson, wheel for shot. Good, made a good play. Back to check it now. Near the net. Carpenter, puck knocked around the boards. And it is kept in by Barry Peterson. Barry Peterson trying to put it in front. Alan Peterson checked him, took him down. Puck loose. Covered now by Hoggood. Hoggood fires it out of the zone. Good play by Janney, Neely, and Carpenter on that setup. And back comes Squeako. Spico in deep, checked by Duras. Still holds it. Now tries to drop it back, and Joyce covers the point man, and it's out to center ice. 1-1 the score. Late in the first period. Back comes Squico, checked by Duras and by Hogwood. Into the corner. Hogwood gets it around the boards. It is stopped by Lidster. Lidster fires in right point for Toddy. Toddy drops it out. Covering the man, Gould. The Bruins are covering beautifully in the defensive zone. The shots stand at 10-4. And the Vancouver Canucks, even with a power play, could not get a shot on Lemlin. Good play by Gould, and he snaps it in the corner. Back is Doug Lidster. Excellent defenseman for the Vancouver Canucks. Over there with the veteran Harold Snepps. And he draws the cheers of the fans as he tries to come out against Joyce. Tight forechecking. Gets it to Lidster. Up to center ice. Here comes Linden with a threat with Toddy. Linden trying to go right through. The puck does. He doesn't. He went down. And he hasn't gotten up yet. He's looking for a penalty as he was taken down on the play. There is none. And the Bruins fire it out to get a face-off. 3:44 left here in the first period. 1-1 the score. We'll be back in a moment.
Berlin is coming on board. He knows that. He wants to go in and curl. What he wants is to tuck it back. Ray Bork responds to it. Stays with him, body position. Randy Burridge sees it happen, jumps in. It's all the defenseman can really do. Now you got Krutov over the blue line, trying to dump it. Here's Craig Janney, anticipating it. Jay just jumps in and intercepts it off the glass. Down we go.
Two good defensive plays while the Bruins were shorthanded. Butcher now. Screen shot. Deflected wide as it hits Smeal. Played around the boards. Bradley is out there now with Krutov. And the puck kept in by Reinhart, who fired one. Deflected around. Carter trying to move it out. Has trouble. Now gets it. Carter breaks it out. His pass up is stopped by Krutov. He gets it again. He goes right by Krutov, right through him, and shot. And went deflected wide. Keekalainen keeps it in. Now in tight for Carter. A save by McLean. The net dislodged. And the Bruins really are carrying the play in a substantial margin.
Oh, good. Nevin Markworth. I mean, Carter gives Krutov a little howdy-do at the blue line. Right here, he gets it back. Thank you. Through the feet. Whoop. I didn't get that puck. The number of that guy that walked by me. It gets deflected. Markworth goes to the net eventually. Right here, Carter, a little tuck between the feet. Thank you. You don't do that very often. Hit a leg, or John Carter would have a nice shot on that.
Face-off outside the Vancouver blue line. 3:08 left in the first period. Bruins have outshot the Canucks 11-4. That tells you how much they've outplayed them, too. Sometimes those shots on net can be misleading. 1-1 the score. Janney scored for Boston. Bradley for Vancouver. The Canucks trying to clear it out to Sutter. Doesn't work. Bork away now to Keekalainen. Keekalainen. Good pass off to Jim Weimer. Weimer pops it in. Keekalainen was hit on the play by Melnick and taken down. Melnick not back in the play yet. Finally gets back in the play. And Stanley breaks it out on the left wing side. Stopped at the Boston line. Marquardt trying to break against Sutter. Bump. Hauled down. Fights for it. Gets it over the line. Still scraps for it. Trying to get a handle to it. And the Bruins do. They move it in front. But Barry Peterson is there to intercept and fire it away. He's on with Stanley. Now it's up to Burridge. Burridge trying to break on Nordmark. Lost control to Harold Snepps. Snepps can't move it out. But it is taken now by Linden. He breaks with Toddy. Linden with Burridge on him all the way. Checking, almost hooking, they say. Lidster able to fire it in. Toddy goes to the corner. Alan Peterson there. Clear it up for Rob Sameta. Sameta able to work it out. And it is picked up now by Keekalainen. Switching at the line, he broke it out. Back comes Trevor Linden with Toddy. Elects to go for Adams off on the left. Adams a shot high on the mask of Lemlin. He makes the save. Bruins trying to work it out, making sure that Lemlin is not forced to look at a rebound. They fight for it in the corner. Goes behind the net. After it is Burridge. Burridge clearing. This will be icy.
Tired end of a shift, looking for a face-off. Nice work by Rob Sameta. John Carter.
Back to Gene Lavachi. Find out about tonight's first intermission.
All right, Fred, thank you very much. Coming up during our first intermission this afternoon, Derek Sanderson interviews the Bruins' Bobby Carpenter, and the Pee-wees take to the ice in mini one-on-one as Duxbury battles South Boston. Right now, let's send you back to the Pacific Coliseum with Fred and Derek.
Face-off coming up in the Boston zone. 1:25 left in the first period. 11-5, Boston's outshot the Canucks. And Boston goal by Craig Janney, and the Canucks goal by Brian Bradley. Bradley is out there now. Sandlak and Squeako. Bob McCammon has shaken up his lines. Separated the Russians, if you will. Here's Bradley scrapping for it. Still a battle with Carpenter. It's kept in by Sandlak. Trying to move it in front. Checked on the play, and out comes Carpenter. Picking up Janney and Neely. Elects to carry. Over the line. Drops it for Janney. Janney can't connect with the pass. Back comes Brian Bradley. Picking up Reinhart. A four-man rush. Bradley holds it. Now has trouble on the boards. He's broken up. The Bruins trying to break it out. 2-on-1 possible. Janney couldn't set up Neely through the defense. It was briefly a 2-on-1. Sandlak flips it back to the Boston zone. And it's trapped by Bork and cleared. 45 seconds left. First period 1-1. A steal now by Bob Joyce to Janney. To Neely. Neely to Joyce. And the shot is blocked by Garth Butcher. Big play by Boston there. Almost paid off. Neely keeps it in. Gets it behind the net to Janney. Janney quickly to Joyce. To Neely. Shot saved. McLean the story. As the Bruins all over the Canucks. And they had a couple of great opportunities in tight. Joyce and Neely set up by Janney.
Bob Joyce got a little bent out of shape there, getting muscled in front of the net. Made a great shift, great play. Neely's got it now. Gives it. He saw Janney behind the net all alone. Janney's now going to general it from back there. Flips it over the side of the mesh, the back of the net. Neely walks in. Joyce saw him. Now Bob Joyce is struggling. Hey, enough of this. Here you go. Take my helmet. I'll knock you down.
Couple of shots there. It's up to 13-5 for Boston, indicating just the margin that the Bruins have outplayed the Canucks, but it is 1-1. And Gould is out now with Joyce and Duras on the wings. Every line has come out in aggressive, forechecking fashion for the Boston Bruins and setting up opportunities.
There's Trevor Linden.
Against Gould, and Linden wins the faceoff for Nordmark. Around the boards. It is cleared out. Joyce fires it back in. 12 seconds left in the period. Nordmark with it. And the Canucks will be delighted to walk off at 1-1 here. Nordmark ices it.
Well, you know,
right through the crease, no icing, and the period ends.
Well, you know how hard it is. The Bruins, their home record when they come out in an afternoon game. We look to see I think Vancouver pick it up a little bit in the second period.
At the end of 1, it is Bruins 1 and Canucks 1. Now back to the studio and Gene Lovanci for our first intermission.
All right, Fred, thank you very much. Just ahead, Derek Sanderson interviews the Bruins' Bobby Carpenter, plus Duxbury battles South Boston in mini one-on-one. So please stay with us. Appeared from Vancouver, so let's go back to the Pacific Coliseum and rejoin Fred and Derek.
Thank you, Gene, and we're back at Pacific Coliseum. The game is tied at 1. Both teams out there. Let's take a look at the goals. A great individual effort by Brian Bradley, a 24-year-older, a defensive specialist. Although, Derek, he had 18 goals last year.
Here's a bouncing puck in the corner. This is the Janney goal. Neely's going to pick up the puck, fight for it. Now he's going to shake his man loose. Very strong, good upper body strength. Doesn't quit on the puck. There it hits the goal stick. Janney shakes his people loose. A quick snap shot. McLean come out to shut him off. But Janney beats him on a quick release. Now we're coming up with the Bradley move. Number 10 coming across his bodies. There's confusion there. Peterson really wanted Janney to do a little bit more. He swept for the puck, missed it. Play the puck, you're going to get beat. Greg Hoggood never let go of Stanley. Lemelin was thinking possibly Hoggood's going to take care of him coming across the crease. However, miscommunication.
Craig Janney now has 4 goals and 4 assists on the young season, as he scored the goal set up by Cam Neely and Bob Carpenter.
Craig Janney, what's impressive about that goal is he was in the perfect spot. High slot, hovering around. Now, he was available to pick up his man defensively or jump on a loose puck, which he did. Positional play is extremely important in the National Hockey League. A lot of guys have trouble adjusting to that. There's many zones out there. Your Mario Lemieux and the like and Gretzky, they handle the seams in those zones so well. And that's what you have. That's where the individual effort comes. Outside of that, it's unit play, it's line play, positional play.
28-year-old Barry Peterson, of course, a great career with the Boston Bruins. Then that injury almost ending his career. Talk about comebacks. He came back from it. Then, of course, went to Vancouver, and Harry Sinden in that maneuver picked up a first draft pick who turned out to be Glenn Wesley and Cam Neely. So it was Wesley and Neely for Barry Peterson, but he is a tremendous two-way hockey player, Barry Peterson. 9 handicap in golf, said he'd like to be in the PGA Tour if he wasn't playing hockey.
Very.
But at 9...
At 9, you got a lot of practice to do. It's a lot of practicing between 9 and 0.
And we're underway in the second period. 1-1 the score. Up to Neely. Neely checked by Melnick. Harry Melnick, a former Boston Bruin, paired with Nordmark on defense. Trevor Linden is out there, and Carpenter reels it in. He's at left wing on the line with Janney and Neely. That's been the pattern of Mike Milbury in this one. Linden snaps it in. It deflects all the way into the stands, and a face-off called. Just underway in the second period. Krutov, Larionov. If you didn't say they were Russians and from the Red Army team, and they were out of junior hockey somewhere, you hardly have noticed them in that first period.
Well, I think they'll be noticed, and they'll be under the microscope, so to speak, because they are Soviet players, and it is glasnost, and there's a lot of public relations involved, and you look for all the pluses that they give you, but defensively, you gotta watch them as well.
Well, that's right. You mean you watch their offensive accomplishments. Their defense is subject to question.
Yeah.
According to the reports so far, based on their play so far, but they can carry that puck and set it up offensively. And now Skriko knocked down by Bork right near the net. Fought for behind the net, Sweeney. Bork trying to dig it free. Peterson checks it, sets it up for a shot by Sutter, and a save by Lemlin, and he's able to pounce on the puck, and Weimer holding off Sutter, who drilled it as Peterson set him up for a good scoring bid, one of the best that the Canucks have had in the game.
Ray Bork was dragging his puck along the crease, along the boards, his skate, and trying to control it. And then he tried to flip it up. We're going to get to see it here. Ray's got it. He's trying to get it along the board, to Weimer in front of the net. Just misreads it a little bit. Gets big save out of Lemelin, so Reggie turned sideways there.
And that was the defensive play, the forechecking of Barry Peterson that set it up for Sutter. And in the corner, Peterson after it again, puts it in front, deflects back to Sneps. The clear in, and it is kept in by Peterson. Barry Peterson along the boards. He's checked on the play. Hogwood trying to move it out, can't do it. Now Sameta with it, off for Alan Peterson. Back for Hogwood, leads the rush, drills it wide of McLean. The rebound, Sameta fighting for it. Into the corner goes Burridge. Sameta, Sneps, Sutter, all there. It's away to Peterson. Barry Peterson checked in the play. The Bruins keep it in, and Sameta can't set up Burridge. And right back comes Lidster. A lead for Skriko. Too far. Alan Peterson knocks it away. Doug Lidster, very fine defenseman. One of the best in the
Doug
NHL.
Lidster, Fred, has a lot more offense than he's shown so far this year. Lidster, I think they want him a little bit more stay-at-home type with Reinhart. You have the one big gun in Reinhart. Lidster has some tremendous ability to move the puck. Great vision, can see everybody.
18:23 left in the second period. 1-1 the score. Bradley and Janney, the goal scorers. Mariana on the faceoff. Krutov and Smeal are on the wings. Kental clears it in. Reinhart, Butcher, defense for Vancouver. Janney checking on Butcher. They keep it in. Carpenter to Neely. Neely to Janney. And he misfired on it. Never got it. Kental keeps it in on a good play. For Janney. Janney stops. Cuts in front. Carpenter's shot. Save McLean. And he able to clear it off on the right for Smeal. Mariano in the center ice. Broken up on a poke check by Janney. It's Reinhart bringing it back over the line. And again, Janney at center ice acting like a defenseman. Pope checked it away from Lariano.
Well, there's a situation where an adjustment of style that these Russians are really very used to team guys being in different zones and areas, and they dump it blindly. Right here, he's going to try to carry it. Head down. Figured that was a good move. Craig Janney, one of the better players of the puck in the game. Little poke check. There you go. And then he goes for the big skate and puts his line mate outside.
Linden gets the draw. Reinhart trying to move it back, but the Bruins stop at their line. Carpenter is winding up as Milbury stays with his big line. Off for Kental, intercepted by Reinhart. Reinhart to Linden. He snaps it in wide. Back for it, Wesley. Trying to clear it. It's into the stands and a face-off call. 1-1 the score, second period. We'll be back in a moment.
This year, 10 million people will buy a new car. And today's sophisticated engines deserve an equally sophisticated fuel. Exxon 93 Supreme. The fuel that lets you concentrate on why you bought the car in the first place. Exxon 93 Supreme. Precision equipment for precision engines. Just turn the key.
Well, talk about double shifting. The Janney line stays out there. Another line for the Vancouver Canucks. Let's see how this matchup goes as Reinhart taps it in. Mike Milbury against Bob McCammon in that matchup. Around the boards, Carpenter breaks it up. And the Bruins started out. Carpenter headmans it to Janney. Janney handled it nicely. Crisscrossing with Neely. Gets it for Neely off wing side. Trying to move in. And Butcher puts it in front. Just knocked away. And Adams gets it back for Trevor Linden. For Tanti. Stopped at the line on a poke check by Wesley, which forced the offside. And he had the puck bounce for him, and he says, I was onside. But the play call, there was Wesley with the poke check that stopped it.
That's what delayed him. His feet ended up going over the line while the puck was in the air, so he had a situation where he fielded the puck. Tony Tanti, not a big man, very quick, agile, tremendous pair of hands, handles the puck well. A lot to be said. There he goes. See how he puts himself offside with his feet while he reached back for the puck. Close call.
Marquardt at right wing. And Weimer with Bork on defense. Up the middle it goes to Jarmo Kekalainen. Trying to set up a play with Weimer. Can't do it. And the Canucks. Nordmark with it. He's on with Melnick. The Bruins are forechecking. Send two up there and breaking it up for Carter. Carter from Kekalainen. A shot and a glove save by McLean. And the forechecking paid off there for Boston.
What you have here is three extremely quick guys, and Marquardt, Kekalainen, and Carter. They all look for the puck. Carter snaps off a wrist shot, easily handled by McLean. But if McLean gets preoccupied with movement in front of the net, he might miss that. So, good shot by Carter.
Sandlak is on. He's at right wing. This is Melnick to Sandlak to Krutov, who's on the line. Krutov, the Russian. Built like a tank. Drops it for Melnick on a good play. And a shot, and Lemlin just able to get it with the right pad. It popped in the air. And here, ready to go, we have Jim Weimer.
Weimer and Sandlak.
Sandlak.
A little chippy there around the net. Boys will be boys, however.
And they're going out, or Weimer is out. Yes, both are out.
Both get the hook.
And Krutov worked that drop pass that we saw in the Russian games much.
Right, and what Krutov does is he curls, waits for the late man. A nice soft play across. That's dangerous. This gets deflected. That's why it was a shot that appeared a lot more difficult than it was. If it doesn't get deflected, Reggie's going to play that with his glove. He's going to catch it, no problem, left side of his body. When it gets deflected, however, he's got to change direction and all movement and stick the right leg out. A big save by Lemon. Those are the goals that oft-times look like, you know, a bad goal. But it's not so. When they change direction, the goaltender is really, all he had left is reflex.
And Gould won the faceoff in the corner, though. Bork is jammed up on the play. Works it up and not out. Snaps, kept it in at the line. Back for it, Peterson. Forechecking is Stanley. Stanley bangs into him. Gets it to Bradley. Bradley is broken up by Gould. Back to help out. Great defensive center creates a 3-on-2 over the line. Off on the left for Joyce. And Joyce fell down. Lidster gets it. Away to Bradley. Bradley can't move from the boards. Duras tied him up, and Lidster takes over it. There's a 3-on-2 for Boston there. And they've been able to make it pay off with some effective shot. But Joyce had trouble. Lost his footing. Back for it now, Doug Lidster. Into center ice. Trying to set a play with his Rich Sutter. Plays it back to Snaps. Shots are 15-7 for Boston. 1-1 the score. 15:36 left, second period. And away comes Bradley over the line. That puck Rolls from his shot is a save, a beauty by Lemlin. And Bradley has been the offensive star. Sutter trying to put it in front, can't. Bradley is pulled down on the play. The fans yell. Hogwood able to clear it out. And the Bruins not able to mount the charge that they demonstrated practically throughout the entire first period. They're playing aggressively, but Vancouver coming back, matching them now in the second period. Even Steven here. Wesley is hit. Gets it up to Sweeney. Sweeney is hit. Vancouver playing much more aggressively. Skriko a break with Peterson. 2-on-1. Shot. Save. Lemlin. The follow-up. Score! It might be Reinhart, or it could be Skriko. And it's 2-1 Vancouver.
You're going to get to see right here a good follow-up. Body position. Lines in the right spot. There's the save by Lemlin. Hogwood clears it. Right there to his Vancouver Canucks, snaps it away.
Well, it was Reinhart who shot it, and I don't know whether they're going to give Skriko the goal right at the crease. We'll get a
No,
look
this
here.
is a shot it right in. He shoots this right in. Pops in the air. It's already in the net.
Reinhart then gets the goal. It's 2-1 Vancouver. They have played better. Paul Reinhart now his 11th point. He leads all defensemen in scoring, and he can move up and create a 4-on-2 or a 3-on-2 as he did that time with his aggressive offensive play. Butcher intercepted by Semeta. Breakout. Headbands it to Sweeney. Sweeney over the line now with Bork. Can't get it in front. Burridge lost as he had a man open. Semeta in front. Around the boards, Kental keeps it in. Lies it deep. 2-1 Vancouver. It is Reinhart getting that score. 5:04 the time of the goal. The Canucks lead. First time in the game. Out comes Peterson. Ooh, he is belted at the line. And back comes Boston. A 3-on-1. Semeta. Kental scores! Kental is first National Hockey League goal set up by rookie Rob Semeta. 2-2.
Rob Semeta came in, did the right thing. He moved the goaler for himself. Then Gay sets Kental up with a perfect pass that Stefan did not waste any time. Believe me, Kental is yelling for this puck. I want it. You had the goaltender out. A great shot by Kental upstairs over the glove of McLean. Another comeback goal. Now the Bruins got to get the lead next time. You a great shot. Nice pass by Semeta. Great kid, Stefan Kental. Had the best training camp of any Bruin.
First National Hockey League goal as he moved on the attack in for Rob Semeta. He picked up points last year, had a couple of goals in one game. But he's on the board as Semeta. Kental of the Bruins coming right back, and it's Janney for Carpenter. Carpenter tried a slap shot and has it taken away now by the winger, Adams. And right back, a hard drive here by Trevor Linden. Flex high into the corner. 2-2 the score. Stephen Kental scoring from Rob Semeta. And behind the Boston net, Alan Peterson starts it back. Up, touch pass in the center ice. Neely, 3-on-2 with Janney. Offside. Ruling Neely in ahead on the left wing. 2-2 the score. We'll be back in a moment.
I knew it, Elliot. I knew we'd sell over 9,000 of these Waterpedic water beds. But Barry, in our last commercial... soft-sided, so they're easy to get in and out of. Right. It's Queen. Yeah, but you know what? The last commercial... Just try them. They're great. I love them.
You got Barry Peterson coming across the blue line. Ray Bork stands up on him, forces him right here. Now Kental decides to jump in the play. Bob Sweeney slows up to take the defensive spot. Kental just snapped a great shot off. All basically there's the reaction of one happy Stefan Kental. First of many, hopefully. But Ray Bork set it up with his hard work, standing, not giving the blue line away. Confused Barry Peterson. Canucks, 3 of them ran into each other.
Reinhart's goal listed unassisted. The draw back in deep and fighting for it now. Carpenter in the corner. Carpenter battling with Neely. Neely throws his weight around in the corner against Krutov. And let's see what comes out of this.
Cam Neely, he got slashed. Krutov slashed him. Cam Neely, the first reaction to a Soviet, Not here, you're not going to pull that stuff. You want to use a stick on me next time, it'll be a whole different ballpark.
First power play, Boston. Krutov is going out.
Watch the slash by Krutov. They're in the corner. A little turnaround. He gets checked. Oh, you're not going to get to see it. From this angle, maybe you'll get to see it. There's the slash up around Neely's face. His glove is off. Cameron would love to have drove him with the right, but saw Kerry Frazier's arm go up, and he said, okay, I'll take the power play.
Krutov is
Great
29.
Great restraint on Neely's part.
13-17 left in the second period. 2-2 the score. That last goal, Stephen Cantal from Rob Sameta.
Here's where the power play looms big. This one gets one. The Canucks get the lead, and then emotionally, the momentum is switched.
Now the face-off. Neely with it. Slides it back for Bork. Bork trying to spread it out. Now off for Hogwood. The drive here. Janney the rebound, and he pokes it in. A quick power play goal as Hogwood and Bork set up Craig Janney for a second of the night to make it 3-2 Bruins.
Now, anyone out there, that is a perfect example of restraint, courage. Neely stayed away from it. This comes back, gets tipped. Janney gets a stick on it. Harold Snep's a little slow to react. But that hurts any opponent much more than a retaliation of Neely punching. Stayed away from it. There we have it again. Craig Janney is fifth this season.
Great stick handling by Janney in what could be a pressure. You can get creamed in that situation.
Oh, sure you can.
But he stopped it and made the move. And it is 3-2 Boston. And it is a power play goal by the Boston Bruins. And they come right back with Gould firing off the blocker of McLean. In deep, Gould fights for it in the corner, trying to put it in front, puts it behind the net to Doris. Doris spinning. The Bruins creating situations with their skating. And the passing, it's to Gould. Gould is shot, saved by McLean. Gould fights for the rebound. He's checked, gets it in the corner. Now to Doris. Doris is shot, deflected wide. Hustling in is Wesley. Wesley goes behind the net. Pokes it in front. It is knocked away. Out comes Tatty. 2-on-2 with Skriko.
Bobby Joyce back to Glenn Wesley there.
Cantal, who has scored a goal, trying to clear it around. It is Peterson, centering it. It is off on the left for Skriko. To Peterson, to Skriko. Skriko, good goal scorer. Forced back at the line. Broken up by the Bruins, Wesley. And the Bruins come back. Wesley with it. Off for Joyce. Joyce has to pause for the pass and can't make the play now. Wesley over to Bork. 11:53 left in the second period. It is 3-2 Boston. Craig Janney, 2 scores. Stephen Cantal has 1. Reinhart and Bradley scoring for Vancouver. Ooh, a heavy hit by Marquardt. Almost an elbow there, right in front of the Bruins bench.
Not almost, it was. It was a major league elbow, and Marquardt gets away with it.
3-2 Bruins. We're in Vancouver in an afternoon encounter on TV38.
Right here, what my partner Fred calls almost an elbow, biff. Full elbow.
Nevin Marquardt back in action in his second game. I talked to him the other day. It's remarkable as far as condition. He said, yeah, didn't faze me. He said, I thought I might only play 5 shifts against Edmonton, but it took a regular one.
Certainly did. Played well, too.
And no icing called here as Bork tries to move it out. Reinhart moving well up, fires one now, very wide. Butcher is broken up on the play, and a poke check goes to center ice. Smeal has it almost stolen by Nevin Marquardt. It is back to Adams. Adams clears in. Boston out shooting Vancouver 19-10, leading 3-2. And the Bruins break it out to Marquardt. He's all alone for the moment. He's coming on Reinhart. Broken up with a poke check by Reinhart. Back comes Adams. This could be icing. It is. Ray Bork just got there ahead of Stan Smeal. And Boston has 2 goals by Janney, 1 a power play, and 1 by Stephen Cantal. The Bruins lead it 3-2. We'll be back in a moment.
We're going to look at the 20th year patch. My partner Fred Cusick was so happy about seeing. Well designed, bright.
Well, it looks too much. It reminds me of those old uniforms. Let's forget that. Look at this new one. Arianov, the Russian on the face-off. And fought for it. And the Bruins get it now. Sweeney is hit in the corner by Sandlot. Big, rugged right winger that Bob Sweeney can count it. Now Burridge digging for it. 3-2 Boston. Second period. Burridge able to keep it in. Gets it to Sweeney, and Burridge is flattened here. And Sandlack is heading for the penalty box.
Randy Burridge, an excellent display again of self-control. Worked hard in the corner. Sandlack worked hard as well. The two of them end up frustrated. Sandlack decides to take the extra nudge at him. He was helped, however. Nordmark tripped Burridge from behind, and really Sandlack never gave it the upper body shove that Kerry Fraser anticipated. Burridge lost his balance, a lot of it because of Nordmark kicking out his feet.
Boston Bruins on the power play, and they scored very quickly on their power play attempt last time to take the lead. Janney keeps it in. Janney with 5 goals on the young season, battling for it, and the Canucks are able to snap it out. 10:27 left in the second period. 3-2 the Bruins. Hoggood is on the power play with Ray Bourque, and up front it is Carpenter, Neely, and Janney. They've been a line all night long. Dropped for Bourque. Bourque able to clear it in. Hustles by Sneps. Checked by Lidster. Has it. Ray Bourque controlling. Now makes it back to Hoggood. Hoggood lost it in his skates, and that kind of nullifies the play, and Lidster is able to clear it out. And Hoggood is forced back by Skriko's forechecking. Hoggood winding up. Now the drive in. Out of the net comes McLean. The clear around. Neely intercepts. Neely trying to make the play off the boards. Loses to Lidster. Lidster hit by Carpenter. Fought for the corner. 2 Bruins are there. Now Janney is over there, and finally a whistle. And a face-off. 55 seconds left on the Boston power play.
You don't need a quick goal. What you need is one good shot. 55 seconds left. What becomes essential now is the winning of this face-off. Mike Milbury staying with endurance on this line rather than changing it for a second power play option. Craig Janney in center. What he did so successfully was stay behind the net last time. It took the option of Lidster dumping it behind the net to his partner.
And the face-off won by Janney for Hoggood. Back in for Neely. Neely holding, watched by Linden. Back for Hoggood. Quickly to Bourque, well up. Bourque has to wait, shoot, scores! Drilled it right in, and Neely might have deflected, and the Bruins lead it 4-2 on their second power play goal of the night.
Ray Bourque just does so much so well. Handles the puck, gets it from Hoggood. Right here, he wanted to snap it off, got into his feet, decides to take it back out front. He waits. Neely in front of the net. May have tipped it. He got it. We'll see if he gets a stick on it or not. Get a better look. Janney gets muscled out. But that takes Melnick out of the play. Neely tips it. I think he might have. I think the shot might have been wide. They might give that to Neely.
20th shot of the game for Boston. 10 for Vancouver, and the Bruins have a 4-2 lead. And it's justified. Stephen Kental scored one of the goals as he clears it out smartly on the stick of Bob Joyce. Joyce breaks on Nordmark, trying to go in. 1-on-1, can't do it. Reinhart gets it. 2 power play goals by the Boston Bruins. And here's a breakout now for Bradley. Bradley with Adams. Gives it on a delay to Adams. Cuts in front. Blocked by Lemlin. Big save, and Butcher moves in. Fine goal-scoring move by Adams. Bradley working for it. Puts it to Adams all alone. He scores! Nobody touched Adams, and he makes it 4-3.
Bruins have had a habit of allowing this to happen to them after they get a lead. Right there, nobody picked him up. Doris was caught fixing his helmet. Ended up taking the man down low.
The goal was by Neely on the power play for Boston.
Halfway through the game, we got ourselves 7 goals, Fred.
And that's only the 11th shot by Vancouver, and they have 3 goals. That was Adams from Bradley. And Adams, an outstanding goal scorer. He stays out there at left wing with Conti on the right side, and Vancouver getting right back in the game. The Bruins, a defensive lapse. Cost them a couple of goals, and now they can't move it out. Bradley snaps it back in. Peterson with it. Around for Burridge. Burridge checked on the play, able to pop it to center ice. 8:25 left in the second period. It is 4-3 Boston. A long lead for Toddy again over the line. The shot ruled offside on the pass. Bruins lead it 4-3, and we'll return on TV38 in just a moment. Okay, the faceoff is just inside the Vancouver blue line. The Boston line has Sweeney, Sameta, and Burridge. Driven in by Hogwood. Sweeney fights for it on the boards, and he can't retain it. Looking where tripping call, Oswego went down at center ice. No call. Hogwood on the loose puck. Able to clear it in from the red line. Sameta forechecking, but it is Reinhart sweeping it out. He moves on the attack, 4 men out. Only one back, and that is Butcher, and he's able to intercept this pass at center ice. Fire a long one on Lemlin, who makes the stop. Sameta trying to move it out, can't. Reinhart kept it in. Looking for Khrushchev, it's blocked by Hogwood. And around the boards, Burridge starts out, cups away from Nordmark, moves up the center, over the line, trying to move in, and he's stopped by Reinhart, who gets back. Sameta is upended on a check by the defenseman Nordmark, and back comes Weimer. Weimer trying to clear it in. Too many men on the ice. The fans yell as the Bruins are making a change.
Not too many. No one came over for Janney. He was still in the play.
Well, that's what the fans were yelling about. They're still disturbed that Frazier did not call a penalty. 7:17 left here in the second period. The Bruins lead 4-3. And their goals by Janney from Neely and Bork at 6:54 on a power play. And then they made it 4-2 on a Neely goal from Bork and Hogwood. And Adams came back from Bradley and Butcher, 11-13. Forechecking by Nevin Marquardt, battling in deep on Melnick, pins it on the boards, gets a face-off.
There's no way in the world that puck, that Melnick couldn't have got that already. Nevin Marquardt just second effort work, got a stick in there in desperation, popped the puck, turned around, stopped on a dime, checked Melnick right there. Excellent work by Marquardt.
On the draw, Ray Bork. Fires it in, back for Nordmark. He was acquired from the St. Louis Blues. Played well last year. This Vancouver team really put a battle up against Calgary. Took them to 7 games first round. And a slashing call here on Boston.
Gary Frazier looking for a penalty.
And it's on Peterson, correction. And the Bruins go in their third power play, and they're 2 for 2 in power plays. Bruins lead it 4-3. Back in a moment.
Lon Davis loves what he does for Delta, and sometimes it loves him back.
Hi, boy. How you doing?
Dear Delta, please take care of Spooner. He's never been on a plane before.
No windows today, boy. How about an aisle seat?
Spooner!
Dear Brian, I thought Spooner would like his wings.
Hey, Spooner, you guys are wings.
If I was still playing today, I would say that, you know, Kerry Frazier's trying to send a message. That there is harmless. He just does not want any stick work.
Well, that was Kekalainen, and
yeah,
he must have...
Kekalainen and Peterson are both up.
And back it comes into center ice. They're both out. Teams are at full strength. Bork gets it away to center ice. Going to set up a play with Carter. Carter going to pick up speed, forced to drop it in. Backfoot goes lids to first. Around the boards, left point, kept in by Weimer. Screen shot, deflected wide. Hit a couple of skates along the way. Carter in front to Sweeney. A shot and a save by McLean. A great setup for Sweeney. Carter keeps it in with Marquardt firing block. Rebound. Sweeney, the Bruins are right on the puck. Off for Carter. Carter wheels in. Shot to save McLean, who took it all away from him as he walked right in. A 3-on-3 back for Trevor Linden. Linden dropping it down, looking for Sutter. Long rebound for Khrushchev. It's knocked away by Marquardt, who dove. Janney trying to break for it over the Vancouver line. Can't get it away from Butcher. Butcher drives it up the right side, where Carpenter fights for it and knocks it away to center ice. Butcher drives along one high and wide. 4-3 Boston. 5:42 left. Period number 2. Lead pass for Carpenter from Weston. Carpenter over the line. Can't move in. Neely does. Neely is hauled down on the play. And the Canucks break it out. Adams 3-on-2 with Tanti. Keep it away from Adams. They give it to the trailer. Bradley. Great stop. Lemlin. What a save on Bradley by Reggie Lemlin.
Brian Bradley, a little upset with himself. Reggie Lemlin figured him for upstairs and figured him right. We're going to get to see John Carter's bid. Nice move here. Gets himself loose. Now he's thinking strictly between the legs. Tries to open him up. Just got a piece of the pad on it. Right here, the late man, Bradley coming in, snapped it upstairs. Reggie waited.
And it is back for Reinhart. Holding. Firing. Neely fell down. Back up. Got it. Left it high. Butcher keeps it in. Looking for Bradley, who's been a standout in the game. Scored the first goal of the game. Loses to Janney. Janney to Carpenter. Up for Janney. Janney, a flip pass for Kental. Off for Neely. Neely against Adams. Holds it. Cuts. Gives it off for Kental. Shot in wide. Good bid by Kental. Quick wrist shot. Fought for in the corner with the hitting of Carpenter and Neely, and it bounces away to Paul Reinhart, who scored one of the goals, put Vancouver in front 2-1 in the second period. It's 4-3 Boston now. Vancouver, it is Tanti again coming over the line on a long delay, and then the play offside when he passed it off.
Very long delay. Bobby Carpenter got dumped behind the net.
There is Adams, University of Northern Arizona.
You got it. That's what you call beating the bushes to find a hockey player. Somebody had to recommend him.
New Jersey got him.
And they take a little peek at him, and there you go. No matter where you're playing, the scouts are there.
But he knows how to score, as he demonstrated on the setup from Bradley to make it 4-3. And the Bruins 2-goal lead down to 1 now. 4:42 left in the second period. 23 shots Boston, 14 for Vancouver. Nordmark fires in. All good there. Starts it out. Save for a couple of lapses. The Bruins have played an excellent game. For the line for Sweeney, this one is offside at the Vancouver line. And the Bruins will fly right out of here after this afternoon game in Vancouver to Los Angeles, several days in Los Angeles. And they'll be back in Edmonton next Friday and wind up Saturday in Calgary. That's our schedule right here on TV38. See the Bruins action. Bruins playing one of their best games of the season, but those lapses have hurt them to make it just a 1-goal lead for Boston. Good forechecking by the Bruins, and Burridge kept it in. Now able to snap it back up the boards. And Sweeney with it, cutting right in. Holy! Scoring! Bob Sweeney, a brilliant move for a backhand finish to make it 5-3.
Same as Craig Adams. He comes in. Bob Sweeney under total control. Sweeping it. Right here, Bob's got it. Waits, fakes the forehand, gets the backhand away. Great play. The decision there with Kerry Fraser's conversation had me stilled for a moment whether he was going to call it back. Just a heads-up play. Burridge taking Nordmark out of it.
And the Bruins regain their 2-goal lead with just under 4 minutes left. Can't make the quick clear out. Puck driven back in. Ray Bourque with it. Drops it on the boards, and Linden gets it. Linden checked by Gould. Joyce trying to chop it out. Can't do it. Now a steal. And breaking Gould. Gould coming with Sameta. Steps back. Gould fires. Pucks in on McLean. McLean check, can't get it. Joyce has it. Joyce in the corner. Lost it. At the line, Ray Bourque able to keep it in for Joyce and Gould. Joyce trying to poke it in front. It is knocked away. Sneps cleared it away, and here comes Trevor Linden. Linden back. 6'4", 19-year-older. Works it over the line for Sandlak. His shot scores! Sandlak set up by Linden, and it is 5-4.
Well, I saw Ray Bourque break. Right here, he breaks across in front sharp. That's no one's going to have this late man, Sandlack. He just snaps it upstairs. Just one of the great pure shots. Reggie doesn't get a glove on it. Once this play is made, nobody's in that area. Back too deep is Weimer. He has to come out to his man.
Just when the Bruins seem comfortable, defensive lapses cost them. And goals on 14 shots. Vancouver has 4 goals. The Bruins have 25 shots, have dominated the play for the most part, but lead by only 1. And a pass to Carpenter is broken up by Bradley. Bradley snaps it back in. Flying in is Conti. Can't get it. Kentel trying to clear it. Reinhart moves in. Now he's broken up by Neely. Neely poked it out. And Bradley brought it back in. Tonti is offside. Twice the Bruins have had 2-goal leads in the second period, and twice they have squandered them. Sandlack, certainly not known as a goal scorer throughout his career.
Oh, he went back up against the grain.
Back to Gene Levanchi in the studio, a preview of our second intermission.
Thank you very much, Fred. Coming up in our second intermission tonight, Derek Sanderson will have an interview with Bruins general manager Harry Sinnen. We'll check out today's ledger from the NHL, and we'll update you on all the latest hockey news. Now let's go back to Vancouver.
Play on. Bradley pokes it in front. It's knocked away by Janney, who has 2 of the goals this afternoon. Janney works it free from County and leads it 3-on-2. Kentel coming up. Carpenter on the far left. Janney over the line. Broken up by Reinhart. The puck goes into the corner. 2:10 left. And it's up front. Neely can't quite get it as he cut in front. And back checking if Neely stops the play now. Not clearing the zone yet. Janney entangled with Butcher there. And now winding up is Reinhart. 5-4 Boston. Steele, center ice, Marquardt on the right for Hogwood. Hogwood over the line. Losing to Smeal. He drops it off for Butcher. And Butcher able to snap it out. Going back Peterson, Allen, and Barry steals it. Is hit by Allen Peterson. They fight for it on the boards. Smeal battling there too. Keekalainen. And it's across for Hogwood. 1:20 left in the period. Hogwood starts it out. 5-4 Boston. Hogwood over the line. Dropped it off on the right side to the trailer Keekalainen, but it doesn't work. Carter trying to check the play. And it's fed out center ice, stopped by Jim Weimer. Across for Ray Bork. Checked by Sutter, passes up on the boards to Keekalainen. Takes a hit from Barry Peterson. Marquardt trying to work it in. And a penalty coming up here. High stick, says Kerry Frazier.
I think you're going to see that Keekalainen got it a little high on Barry Peterson. Good call.
Power play for the Vancouver Canucks.
Right there. Barry just fended it off.
That's the second time they've had a confrontation. They both went the last time. This time, Jarmo Keekalainen, out of Clarkson College, signed as a free agent for the Bruins this year, getting a big opportunity in the last game. And Mike Milbury was pleased with his performance against Edmonton, so,
you know,
back now.
We have some awful big injuries. You have Linsman out of key, and Kelvin, Galley, you know, Brickley and Byers. So those guys, these jobs aren't cemented in stone when they get healthy. So you got to take every opportunity, seize it, and do something with it. And Keekalainen, it seems to be, and so Marquardt.
The Russians are out there. Kutov trying to break now. It's intercepted by Burridge. Burridge, 2-on-1 over the line with Bob Sweeney, and the play called offside. Great chance as
Bob Sweeney did go offside. He just his body was leaning. He was trying to time it perfectly. Randy made an extra little move at the blue line. Now Sweeney wants it now. He doesn't get it. He's waiting. Just jumped early. Randy just didn't get the puck over the blue line first. He waited to get full control of the puck.
35 seconds left in the period. The Bruins win the faceoff. Sweeney gets it. Wesley is able to clear it now. And the penalty, if Vancouver does not score, will be, of course, provided by the end of the period. 5-4 Boston. Lariano is over the line. Broken up on a poke check by Ray Bork. And the puck is cleared by Burridge. Winding up is Nordmark now, and Reinhart down to 8 seconds in the period. In the center ice, Larionov all the way for Skriko. The shot, the save! The rebound by Skriko went wide, but Skriko was set up that time, and Lundlund made a big stop right at the buzzer. At the end of 2 periods, from the Pacific Coliseum, the score, Boston 5 and Vancouver 4. Now Gene Levanchi with a word on tonight's second intermission.
Okay, Fred, in just a moment, Derek Sanderson speaks live with Bruins General Manager Harry Simmons. Plus, we'll check out today's action from around the league and fill you in on the latest news in hockey, including a Wayne Gretzky update. We'll be right back.
Defend against a slow start. Well, they did that. And right, effective penalty killing so far. They've done that. Centerman controlling the puck and moving it pretty well. Carpenter, Janney, Gould, Doris have all played well. So they're doing that. And they're +1 on the day. Now we got 20 minutes left. Got to do something. We've got to get that next goal. That next goal is a very, very important goal. It looms as something in a kind of a free shootout second period. There'll be more accent, I think, in this period on defense, on making sure everybody plays properly. Cam Neely could be the hot hand. Goal and 2 assists so far. Gets an awful lot of respect out here, an awful lot of room. He's to be commended for not retaliating on the slash from Krutov. A few choice words to Mr. Krutov about never again. And then later on, Randy Burridge took the same thing and didn't take it to heart, and Bruins scored 2 power play goals just from not retaliating. Kind of a new look Bruins doing that. Buddy down, congratulating Reggie Lemelin. There's a Brian Bradley. I played junior with his father, if you want to age me, Fred.
Okay, if you want to age yourself, I'll go along with it. Okay? And he has been the best offensive player. You talk about the Russians before the game, or you talk about Trevor Linden, but Bradley could have a couple of goals. He does have a goal and an assist. Made a beautiful play for Adams. So the Bruins are going to have to watch a 4th-line center.
I think what the Canucks have done is Bradley is definitely one of their top players, and they've just relegated him. Not like in football. Starting in hockey isn't as a big a deal like you're a starter in football or basketball or what have you, baseball. Hockey is lines against each other, adjustments. You could be a top guy and not get on the ice to the 3rd shift, depending on what the other coach does. So,
and Brian Bradley is out there against Bob Sweeney starting the 3rd period. Indication of how the coach feels about him. And Sweeney forechecking on the play. Bounces for Adams. The Bruins will have to keep their eye on Adams. Definite goal scorer. Nordmark clears it in. Blocks by Bork at the line. And he fires it out. Boston short-handed, so he can clear it. And 40 seconds left on the power play for Vancouver. They trail 5-4. Bradley right through the defense. He's checked on the play. Puck loose, not cleared out. Kept in, bouncing for Vancouver until it's finally on the stick of Bob Sweeney, who clears it.
2 great plays. One by Randy Burridge. Ryan Bradley was in there. Burridge, not Johnny on the spot.
Bradley, a lot of speed. Here comes Adams, getting it inside the line. Hit on the boards by Alan Peterson. Fought for there. Adams, a big, rangy forward, works it back to Nordmark. Nordmark for Reinhart. They're right on him. Bradley gets it in deep. Checked by Bork. Bork bangs into Townie. Bradley has it. Swings in front. Lemlin goes down, blocks it. And it bounces away into center ice. A 2-on-1 for Boston, maybe. Carter trying to move on it. Carter over the line. Shot. Save. Rebound. And he couldn't poke it home. And it's Carter trying to sneak it back in from in front. And he can't do it. John Carter. Excellent rush there for Boston with Kekalainen, who came out of the box to set him out. 5-4 Boston, just underway in the 3rd period. Bruins kill off a Vancouver power play. And this is icing on Hoggood. And a face-off in the Boston end. 2 goals by Craig Janney in the 2nd period. The Bruins are 2 for 2 in power plays.
Camera on Doug Lidster. An excellent talent. We don't get to see very much of Doug Lidster, unfortunately. They have some depth here in Vancouver now. I think they're happy with Larionov and Krutov. It's given some depth and some balance. But the only thing at this point that everyone's worried about is defensive measures. Do they have defense in mind? This is a 2-way game.
Now the Bruins win the draw. Stephen Kental scored his first National Hockey League goal. Great shot set up by Ralph Sameta. Sandlad, he has a goal for Vancouver. A lot of scoring in that second period. Back for Wesley now. Wesley up the middle for Janney. Janney looking for Carpenter. He's over the line. Carpenter forced wide by Lidster. Waits for it with Neely. Neely digs it free. Holding. Still holding. Tried to set up Janney. It bounces across off the boards. And it is Linden trying to break out. Stopped by Wesley. Snaps. Snaps for Linden. Linden off on the left side. And a shot here and a save. And it's kept in by Linden. Pass across. Looking for it in deep. Sandlak. Lost it. Janney trying to poke it out. It's off for Burridge. Burridge breaks, but he's alone. He just come on the ice looking for his line mates and back for it. It is Snaps. Snaps it in. Jim Weimer there. Across for Ray Bork. Bork leads the rush with Duras. Duras over the line. He set up the Sweeney goal. Quick shot, save. Duras drilled that hard from the right wing side. Penalty coming up as Burridge takes over the puck. High stick call by Frazier. Bruins lead 5-4. We'll be back in Vancouver in a moment.
There's a stick in the corner. This result right there, Bob Sweeney. Quite accidental. Got up high, caught Melnick in the face.
And about 3 minutes played here in the third period. Another power play for Vancouver. It is their third of the game. Carter out with Marquardt. Marquardt rushes. Now lays it back to Bork. Peterson drives it in. Reinhart is on with Nordmark. Up front, Kuptov, Larionov, and Spriko, the two Russians. In the center ice, Reinhart. Broken up by Peterson. Almost a breakaway for John Carter. Had Peterson taken a moment and hit him with that pass, he had a breakaway.
John Carter was expecting that, too.
In the center ice now, Spriko is broken up inside the Boston line. Reinhart weaving around. Larionov. Igor Larionov, one of the two Russian players. And they hit the open man. It is Spriko over the line. Checked by Alan Peterson. Puck kept in by Nordmark. Fought for. Carter can't get the handle to it. Larionov has it. Across. A save on Spriko by Lemlin. Just holding the short side. That's their first scoring bid on the power play. 55 seconds left. Again, Spriko operating. Back for Nordmark. The shot. Beautiful save. Rebound. The score by Reinhart. Reinhart on a power play. Makes it 5-5.
Right here, the puck's getting moved around. Vancouver's on the peripheral. They're outside. But they're trying to get it down low. There's the right leg save. Unmolested, unprotected, Paul Reinhart. He's in the right spot at the right time. Defensively, the Bruins set up soundly. Ray Bork just doesn't get to the rebound.
Reinhart is a defenseman.
Yeah.
That is his 5th goal. And he was anchored right out there looking for the rebound. Not back at any point position. And here's a break by Janney over the line, picking up Carpenter. Looking for a trailer, Wesley, and it is broken up by the back checking of Adams. And Carpenter goes barreling into McLean. The net dislodged. And the score, Bruins 5, Canucks 5. Back in a moment.
Want to take off, but can't decide whether to drive or fly? Do both. Buy or order any new 1990 Cutlass Supreme, including the all-new 4-door by November 4th, and get 2 round-trip tickets to Nassau, Bermuda, or anywhere Delta flies in the continental U.S. Buy a coupe and get even more. Now, do you drive, then fly, or fly, then drive?
This is not your father's Oldsmobile. This is a new generation of Olds.
2 round-trip tickets on Delta. See your New England Olds dealers today.
A lively crowd here in Vancouver now as the Canucks come back to tie it up again. Twice they were down by 2 goals. At one point 4-2, at another 5-3. It is 5-5. And Janney walks in, shoots, and a save. Carpenter, a turnaround. Neely can't shove it in. The Bruins were right at the crease and all alone. Janney missed and Neely. And Neely trying to come back at center ice. Neely Shift and Tanty over the line with Janney. That doesn't work. And back for it, Wesley. Intercepted by Tanty. Offside is Bradley. And a face-off call. And what chances Boston had. Janney and Neely.
What a tremendous move on that face-off by Craig Janney. Watch what he does here. Very closely. Waits, tucks it right through the feet. Beats Brian Bradley. Way goes wide. Tries to get it. Just the left skate gets on it by Kirk McLean. Comes out to Neely. Can't get a handle on it. When he does, shoots it wide.
There was Neely just outside the crease, and McLean totally out of the play.
It's the tough Craig.
5-5 the score. Trying to break was Doris. Checked on the play. He's at right wing with Sweeney, and Burridge is at left wing. Up cleared down. Weimer is back. Icing against Vancouver. Nearing the 5-minute mark of the third period. We are tied at 5, and we'll be back in a moment.
I send you for a Bud Light, and you bring back...
Well, if you want the one light that outshines them all, ask for Bud Light.
So, there are no men here, there's an unlimited supply of Bud Light, and we can never leave.
Correct.
Because everything else is just a light.
We can live with that.
Yeah.
Face off. Coming up in the Vancouver zone. Bob Sweeney on it. Ray Bork, the lone point man. Bruins have a couple of power play goals, but a big one by Paul Reinhart, his second of the afternoon. Tied it up here in the third period for Vancouver, the only score. Peterson against Sweeney. Goals near McLean. McLean wraps it around. Smeal chops it out. And breaking Sutter coming on Bork. Broken up on a poke check by Bork. Brought back over the line by Barry Peterson. And Sutter was a mile offside.
Could have called that intentional outside. That's exactly what Barry Peterson did. He opted to let it go.
Face-off is outside the Boston line. Smeal at right wing, Sutter at left wing, and Barry Peterson at center. And oddly, you get all three right-hand shots. Cameron has gone with a variety of lines. He's shaking them up, but his team is back in there. Burridge up the middle of Sweeney. Doris on the right. Sweeney cuts around, shoots in a screen. It is blocked. Bounces in the air, kicked away by Melnick, who lost his stick. He's able to clear it out, though. He's still without the stick. Weimer. Off for Doris for Sweeney. Sweeney for Burridge, with Doris heading for the net. Burridge trying to cut right in himself. That Weimer moves way in. He is belted into the corner by Sutter. Fights with Smeal. A jammer, and out of it comes Nordman. Around the boards, it's Barry Peterson starting out. Holds it away, gives it to Sutter. Sutter fires one wide. Rebound Boston. Vancouver changing up. The puck is cleared in by Doris. Steps coming back. He always gets a cheer handling it. The Sandlak, who scored one of the goals in deep. Hogwood trying to clear it out. Sneps is taken off the play by Marquardt, and the puck bounces to center ice. Lidster winding up. Right back for Linden. Linden, a game breaker at age 19. He proved it last year. He's checked, and Gould has it. Gould away to Marquardt. Quick turnout. Leads the rush. 3 men back. Soft walk to Carter. Carter holding. Trying to fire it in. Doesn't work. Vancouver breaks. Here comes Trevor Linden. Doris on defense. Knocks down a man. Linden walks in. Shoots, and he stopped. And a penalty coming up on Boston. Oh, Doris took down the defenseman. Linden wide open. Walking in. Lemlin the save. And a penalty here on Boston.
I don't know. I want to take another look at this. Right there, Bob Gould loses his balance, takes out the defenseman. Now he gets back on his feet. Linden goes to crash. Oh, he's going to get it for slashing. Comes up with a Major League, a National Hockey League slash here. That's what it is, too. It is slashing.
And it was Gould, not Doris, who collided with Wesley, took both of them out of there. And Linden walking in was slashed. It is a power play for Vancouver. 5-5 with 13:19 left. Vancouver with a big opportunity now.
That Bruins, that was the first time the Vancouver Canucks have scored on the Bruins while shorthanded in 18 periods. Let's not have another one.
And Krutov is taking the faceoff with Carpenter. Carpenter had it, but Squeako gets it now to Krutov. Krutov holding. Larionov out there too, and it's back to Reinhart. Up to Krutov. In deep to Squeako. Now they try to close. Squeako trying to get it back. Gets it to Reinhart. Way to Squeako. Watched by Bork. For Reinhart. In. Save. Score. Krutov. Second rebound. Krutov, the Russian, makes it 6-5 Vancouver on a power play.
Lemelin makes the first save with his legs. What happens after that comes back to Krutov, no one there to clear him out of the net. There he is on the side of the net. Lemelin, now he doesn't get his legs back down in time. Right there, Lemelin makes the original save and can't get back down.
So the Russian, Krutov, puts Vancouver in front, 6-5 with 12:51 left here in the third period. Peterson clearing in. 2 power play goals in the third period. And Vancouver taking the lead. Out comes Bradley now on Hogwood. Fires to Butcher. Butcher over to Reinhart. Reinhart shot deflected into the stands by Ticolina. And a faceoff called out near the Boston blue line. The score, the Canucks 6, the Bruins 5. Back in a moment. And 2 power plays paying off for the Canucks as they have the lead. And away comes Janney now, picking up Neely. Janney holding, cutting right in front. A backhander blocked by Sneps. Into the corner, Janney going for it. Linden.
Bruins go on a power play.
And a penalty called here by Frazier, and Boston with a power play.
You can't clear Cam Neely out of this play as vigorously as they did. Janney beats Sneps. Right there, Trevor Linden takes down Neely. That's interference.
Boston 2 for 2 in power plays. Neely has one, and Janney has another.
Dave Doucette is at the game. Would like to say hello to his family and friends back at Stoneham and Wakefield. This is his hockey living in Seattle. Harold Sneps, game effort. He's up there. Helmetless. I played with him, a great guy too, Harold.
And Janney out now with Neely and Carpenter, Hogwood in fourth. And the faceoff won and cleared by Lidster. A lot of time left. A 6-5 lead for the Canucks. Scored the first goal of the game. They've got the lead now. Third time they've had it. Off of Hogwood. Hogwood drops it in. Back for Lidster though. Back at the point, bouncing puck. Bork gets it up to Janney. Janney holding. Puts it in front, stopped by Peterson. Big interception on Hogwood. Hogwood fights, keeps it in. Janney maneuvering now. Janney with 2 goals in the game for Hogwood. Hogwood misfires. And the puck is cleared out by Lidster. 1:12 left on the Boston power play. Bork away for Wesley. Wesley, check. Broken up by Sneps, gets it again, moves it in deep. Carpenter banging in with Neely in the corner. Goes loose behind the net for Janney. Janney lost it on the play. And the Canucks are able to clear it out. Down to 46 seconds left. A drive by Wesley and a save by McLean from center ice on that shot. Burridge in the corner trying to work it free. Butcher there. It's a kick pass to Janney. Janney still out there. Gets it across for Bork. His shot blocked in front. Krutov can't get it. The Bruins get it behind the net to Janney again. Janney a pass in front. Quick shot blocked. Janney holding. Doris had that last one. Back to Wesley. Cross for Bork. Bork holding. 12 seconds left on the power play. 6-5 Vancouver. Doris holding. Slides it into Janney. Janney looking for somebody to get open. They stay off him. put it in front, and it's cleared away. And breaking out is Linden. And he missed the net. Trevor Linden had a breakout, stayed onside and missed the net. You would not bet on that. And a big one for Boston. We may remember that. Linden coming out of the penalty box. And he had a clean breakaway. Burridge has it taken away by Lidster. Lidster back for Tonti. Off for Adams. Adams' shot deflected wide. On it, Burridge. Burridge clears it out. 9:29 left. 6-5, Vancouver. Back for Tonti over the line. Fires it in wide. Hogwood taking it. Hogwood from Sweeney. Hogwood over the line. In alone. Sweeney. He's alone. He shoots. And it's blocked by McLean, who spread and looked behind him. And Sweeney was sent in alone on that one. Vancouver still in front, 6-5. Boston 30 shots, Vancouver 23. Center ice, Kental for Marquardt. Marquardt drives it in, hustling in, Kekalainen behind the net. McLean wheels it around the boards. And out comes Bradley. Bradley weaving, center ice. Slowed down by Kekalainen, gets it to Sutter. Sutter over the line. Moves in by Weimer, collects behind him. Weimer gets back in position, checks him. Sutter keeps it in, going for it, Kekalainen. 8:29 left, 6-5, Vancouver. Kekalainen spins it down near McLean as Boston wants a changeup. A lead for Sutter, missed by everybody. Back first, Weimer. Bork. Away to Carpenter, who trapped the pass and breaks out. Picks up Janney. Visited Janney. Janney weaving, moving, shooting, and it's blocked in front, went wide. Bidding for a hat trick. Craig Janney set up by Carpenter. At the point, Wesley can't contain it. Smeal breaks him up. Now Peterson intercepts. Over the line, he's knocked down on the play. And Ray Bork takes over. 7:48 left, third period, 6-5 the Canucks. They capitalized on 2 power play goals here in the third period. Peterson checks the Bork pass, knocked back in, and offside. Vancouver 6, Boston 5. We'll return in a moment.
You're looking at precision equipment. Precision equipment for precision engines. Exxon 93 Supreme. Because the more sophisticated today's precision engines are, the more sophisticated today's fuel must be. Exxon 93 Supreme. Precision equipment for precision engines. Just turn the key.
Here we have Trevor Linden on the gallop. Breakaway coming out of the penalty box. Right there, I thought he'd shoot it. He opts to pull. Lemelin going wide. Didn't get the back hand up. Right here, Bob Sweeney getting bothered. He's really off balance. He's got no weight on the puck. He had to catch up to it.
And for Boston, Burridge is out there at the wing with Doris. Sweeney at center. 6-5 Vancouver, 7:35 left. Melnick is pinned by Burridge. And fighting for it, Sweeney. Sweeney behind the net. Wheeling in the corner, still controlling it. Checked on the play. Krutov trying to tie him up. Kicks it ahead, trying to make the play. They move it up, and it's stopped by Nordmark. Away to Krutov, trying to break in. Harass, moves in. Save Lemlin. Krutov, who put them ahead, 6-5. Now centers it. It is stopped by Doris. Doris trying to come out. Checked by Nordmark. Up it goes to Burridge, and he's banged around. Puck out to center ice. Doris fights for it, but Krutov takes over. Plays it back to Snaps. And it's cleared out now by Lidster. Vancouver buttoning up, save for that Sweeney break-in, and an opportunity by Craig Janney for a hat trick.
The clock is now against the Bruins.
6:40 left, third period, 6-5 Vancouver. John Carter winding up. Carter away now to Kekalainen. Good speed. Lost it at the line, though, and could not move in. Ray Bork for Kekalainen. Bork forced back by Stanley. Now it's up on the left wing side, but it is controlled by Sandlak. And right back, winding up, is Linden. Linden away to Stanley, and it's back at the Boston end. Sandlak checked in deep, but Vancouver defensing very well. Marquardt starts it out. Marquardt into center ice. 4 men back, so he fires it in, and Boston changes up. Down to 5:50 left, third period, 6-5 Vancouver. Way on the left comes Adams on Hogwood, ridden off. And behind the net, Neely and Lemlin get mixed up. Finally, it's Hogwood. Hogwood starts it away. Up now to Wesley. Wesley center ice, over the line for Janney. Janney off for Carpenter, back. But Janney doesn't work behind the net. Janney trying to make the plays, hit by Butcher. They fight for it behind the net, and Reinhart picks it off. He has 2 goals. Trying to set up Bradley, intercepted by Hogwood. Wesley trying to make the play go, can't. Bradley gets it to Tonti. Tonti trying to cut in front, can't do it. Behind the net, drops it off for Sutter in the corner. Down now to the 5-minute mark here. Neely wrapped up by Tonti. Round it goes to Carpenter. Carpenter out, center ice, looking for Janney. At the line, everybody back for Vancouver. There were 4 people there. Neely trying to go through, couldn't do it. And here is Weimer. Big Jim Weimer over the line, in deep, puts it on the side of the net, puts it in front. Neely scores! Cam Neely ties it up with another goal set up by Weimer.
Jim Weimer casually went down the right wing. Everybody thought they had their man. What they didn't have, and so often happens in hockey, is that second effort. Jim Weimer gets the rebound off the mesh. Nobody picks up Neely. Here we have a tie hockey game with 4:45 left. Great second effort by Weimer to Neely for his second goal of the night. Him with 2, Janney with 2. Now you can look at winning this hockey game.
And it is tied at 6 with 4:45 left. Cam Neely's second goal of the night. He has a power play goal. But how about that Jim Weimer? He was brought up as a defensive defenseman. But, of course, trailing by 1, hey, let's go.
I saw his stats. This guy, he put up some respectable numbers offensively.
Ray Bork also an assist. And Burridge trying to break at center ice, can't do it. Bork moves it up. Doris looking for it, can't get it. Bork winding up. Again off for Jim Weimer, who set up that goal by Neely. It is wrapped in. Going for it first is Burridge in the corner, away from Melnick. Now still going with it. Weaving, trying to cut in front and get the shot away, and he's blocked on the play. Good work, digging hard. Randy Burridge, 6-6 the score. Here's Sweeney with Burridge. Sweeney deep on Nordmark. Can't put it in front. Hauled down on the play. And the puck tied up behind the net. Boston 6, Vancouver 6. We'll return in just a minute. 6-6. Kekalainen out with Carter and Marquardt. And away comes Reinhart. He's got 2 goals. Slides it in off that rush. Boy, this is all out pond skating. 6-6.
There's
everybody's rushing.
Yeah, defense is left totally up to.
Marquardt trying to move it in on the boards. But the play is offside. 3:40 left. And the face-off outside the Vancouver line.
You know, we're going to get to see the great one.
Wayne Gretzky getting an assist.
Right here, curling pattern. Stevie Casper behind him, following him up. A little tuck. Really, he missed it. There's McLean, suspect between the legs. 6 seconds left for his big assist. One point shy of Gordie Howe's record.
And we'll see Gretzky, of course, in company. A long shot in by Hogwood, a play called offside. That will be Tuesday night in Los Angeles. Wayne Gretzky plays in Edmonton tomorrow night.
Tonight.
And tonight it is on Sunday night. And Tuesday night, the Bruins against the L.A. Kings.
If Gretzky's going to do it, I would like to see him do it tonight. And then get all the hoopla out of the way. They're going to cancel. They're going to suspend the game for a few minutes for a ceremony from Howe.
At center ice, Alan Peterson trying to set a play. 3:20 left here. Kekalainen, Marquardt, and Carter. 3 speedsters out there for Boston. Kutov's pass broken up by Alan Peterson. Kutov put Vancouver in front. And Cam Neely's second goal of the night tied it at 6. Alan Peterson, the clear. Winding up now. Squeako Again, Peterson knocks it away. Marquardt in a race. Larionov back to get it. Igor Larionov from the Red Army team. Off for Reinhart. Away to Butcher. And away to Krutov. Picking up Larionov. Krutov over the line. He's checked. Drops a pass across. Wesley handling well. Here's one in. Knocked away by Lemlin. Shot by Reinhart. And it is kept in by Larionov. Krutov now to Nordmark. Shot. Save. Poked away. Skriko with it. Skriko trying to put it in front. Blocked. Ray Bork clears it up the boards and not out. Larionov able to keep it in. Now for Krutov. And Bork handles Larionov and drives it out of the zone. Almost set up Janney on a breakaway with just Reinhart back. Talk about all out. Wesley checking Larionov. Puck goes to the corner. Bork wheels it around for Cam Neely, who has 2 goals. Neely broken up. Falls down ahead of Snaps. Janney with it, though. Looking for Burridge. Doesn't work. 2 minutes left. Regulation 6-6. Hoggard. Long shot. Rebound Lidster. Forechecking Burridge. Around to Sandlak. Sandlak out for Krutov. Has to cut back for it. Not a good pass. And he plays it back to Lidster. In that Russian style of getting the defense involved. And Lidster carries center ice and clears it in. Back is Hoggard. Quick pass up, catching the Vancouver line change. The Bruins. Doris breaks it out. Drives. It's blocked. Hustles for it. Melnick. Sutter trying to get it. Doris hustles. Keeps it in. Drops it off on the other side, and Nordmark is there. Sweeney back checking. Bork just came back out. Here comes Linden. Has Sandlak with him, and the play is broken up by Hoggard as the Bruins cover that drop pass. And they're yelling to the men on the ice as the Bruins change up, but that's just the fans' reaction. And Carpenter out. A minute left. Over the line for Janney. Janney drops it for Kittal. The shot, the save, the rebound, and it's blocked in front. Carpenter had a chance. And away, a 3-on-2 possible. Smeal. Smeal on Bork. Moves it into the corner. Kental after him. And it's fed around the boards. Ray Bork there. A pass out for Janney. 44 seconds left. Janney coming on Butcher. Cuts across. Gives it for Bork. Bork for Janney. And the play broken up by Reinhart. Reinhart back to Smeal. 30 seconds left. Smeal with a trailer. Stanley. Now the trailer. Butcher. Blocked. Kept in by Peterson. Put a grab on him. And his shot went wide. Reinhart centers it. A drive here. Score! Stanley scores with 21 seconds left off the glove of Reggie Lemlin to make it 7-6.
Cam Neely tired at the end of the shift. Desperation chops it. Stanley snaps one. Reggie misses it. 7-6.
Stanley with 21 seconds left on the clock. He had to be very fresh. He has played very little. He's a defensive forward, and the defensive forwards have done a job. The last guy in the lineup you'd expect a goal from is Darryl Stanley.
That's what he was out there for, was to defense against it. They were looking to go into overtime and survive with a tie.
The shot went off the glove of Lemlin. He appeared to have it, and then it rolled over and into the net.
What it was a puck turning end over end. Never got the full glove on it.
The total shots are 34 for Boston, 26 for Vancouver. In every game but one, the Bruins have outshot the opposition. But they're facing a loss here now. Again, they have the opportunities. The Bruins, in the past, have not been a team that can engage in a shootout. But this year, they are a scoring team. You can say, yeah.
Well, they're certainly looking for a little more offense. But what you got to do is you got to play defense. You get 6 goals on the road, you're supposed to win a hockey game. You don't need 13 goals scored. And it was a few defensive lapses here and there. And it's cost them dearly. A slow start in Edmonton. They should have won that one. They should have won this one.
And the Bruins came out with plenty of fire. Twice had leads. 4-2, a 5-3. And Vancouver coming back with a Darrell Stanley goal.
I would take, at this point, I'd take Lemelin right out. He's getting out. He's very high on the blue line.
Reinhart got an assist.
He chopped it away. Cam Neely was tired at the end of his shift.
And there is Lemelin just inside the blue line. 21 seconds left.
Big face-off. If you're going to do anything, you got to win this draw.
Over on the boards. Wesley with it. Lemelin heads out. Wesley's pass. Bork fires in. And McLean forced to play it. 8 seconds left. Canucks can't move it out. Wesley keeps it on the boards inside the line. That's cleared away by Peterson. That's it. And the Vancouver Canucks win it. They lost the game the other night where Gretzky got that point you saw in replay in the final seconds. And turnabout is fair play. And what happened here?
There's a scuffle. Sweetie and Stan Schmiel went at it a little bit.
And the other night, they lost it in the final seconds.
Lost it 6 seconds left. In this one, they win. It was 21 seconds left. So
they lost that one 6-5, and they win this one 7-6. So the Vancouver Canucks, saluted by their fans at their season.
Well, the Bruins had
up.
two goal leads, and they evaporated.
And the final score is Vancouver 7, Boston 6. Derek and I.